Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Be Fierce and Try podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about the recent Disney Princess runs down in Florida. If you've ever wanted to run them or wondered what it was like, we are going to share that information with you. I am here with three of my favorite people on the planet, Tony, Sharon, and Greg. Oh, you have not met Tony yet, so we're going to start with him. Tony, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. I'm Tony from Virginia, and I love to run in RunDisney's with this group of friends.
And Sharon of Bib and Tierra. We've met you a few times, but for new listeners.
I'm Sharon, also from Virginia, like Tony.
But Greg, who's also here, he is not from Virginia, and he's teasing us with the daylight out his window while the rest of us are recording this at 8 o'clock at night.
In their basements.
No, not my basement. There's a window.
I'm in.
Okay, yeah. I am Greg. Yeah, I am in California, the other coast, and I'm happy to talk about the race this time.
All right, fantastic. So we are going to talk about the recent Run Disney 2026 Princess Half Marathon weekend, which is a 5K, 10K, and half marathon. It's well, let's talk about it. Let's start with the expo. The expo is always crazy, right? And last time we talked about the Disneyland Expo, I think you guys said it was kind of crazy for Disneyland, but compared to Disney World is still pretty low key. So for this race, what do you guys think?
I thought it was okay. I'm trying to think what I got. Well, remember, maybe you should start off with just what Princess is, because I was going to start off with there wasn't a lot of stuff for guys there, and there is a reason for that.
I mean, there was Rapunzel. Who said those weren't for guys?
They were. They had men's sizes left. I'm sure they had men's sizes.
They did have men's sizes left, but I did see some men walking around with them.
Yeah. I mean,
so without the actual stats in front of us, the Disney Princess race, as the name implies, attracts more women than men.
Oh, give me a second, Jill. I've run numbers.
I have in the past too, but I assume that the stat is probably pretty similar this year. Although I feel like I saw more men this year than I have in the past.
I don't think it was quite that much. It was 80 something.
Yeah, there were 16,600 half finishers and 2,900 males. You know, the ratio is high. And so you can appreciate that there's not a lot of men offerings, and especially in the Disney section. My very first Run Disney race was Princess in 2023, and I was just saddened by the fact that I didn't have anything to buy for my first half marathon race ever. But then I looked at the statistics, and it's like, okay, well, it makes a lot of sense.
So there's one of the things like that I'm not a big fan of with Run Disney. It's not just the princess race, like merch wise, there's just not that much stuff for the guys. And like, you know, when Ashton was doing the races with me, he'd get frustrated because, you know, some of the races he did, there wasn't even any men's jackets, or if there was, they were so low quantity that he didn't get one. Right. And John early doing Princess was his first half marathon as well. He got, you know, I guess they had a jacket that weekend, maybe. And a baseball cap. He's like, there's nothing.
So coming in with the statistics, correct.
Here we go.
25 Princess Half Marathon, there were 15,179 finishers, 81.2% women.
She's going back in time.
That's 25?
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
4 to 5.
So it's a pretty good, like 20% men, almost 20%.
So aside from there being no merch for guys,
I did buy a jacket though. There was a men's jacket. It was white camouflage, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but I love it now. I'm happy I got it.
You know, I saw the white camo, and I was kind of, I was like, huh, that's like a weird pattern for Disney at Princess, but it kind of worked.
I didn't see
it. Worked. They probably sold out.
You're going to have to wear it to springtime, Greg, so I can check it out.
I'll bring it to springtime.
There we go.
But,
yeah, you probably saw it in the parks and didn't recognize it as a run jacket. Yeah, so a lot of it was definitely out there.
Yeah, for the stuff they had, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, there's a lot of more subtle items this time instead of, you know, a lot going on the shirts or the jackets. It was a little bit more subdued, which I think was kind of a nice change. Cindy really liked a lot of the stuff. Didn't end up buying a bunch of things, but the
I like
subtlety
the
was
jacket.
kind of cool.
Well, I think they had the same problem they had at Disneyland, though. Like, they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough of things people wanted, and they had too much of things nobody wanted, which I feel
And
I mean, I think they have that every race.
that's
right?
not true, though. Like a lot of the races in the last year, end of the half, you can still get pins at that little merch area in the finish. I've done that several times. They improved in like 2020, end of 2025,
Well,
having more, and now they've like scaled it back to where there's like nothing left by Saturday, which is just annoying.
yeah, I mean, but still, like the statement, the things people want, they sell out of. I mean, every race, as far as I can remember, every race I've done has always been a complaint. There's always been people who show up on like Saturday and whatever it is they're looking for, they don't have.
Yeah, like
But
that of
then there's like all sorts of other stuff that they have like tons of because nobody wants it.
I feel like it was last couple of years. It was like the hot item, like the dopey ears or the special jacket. Like one thing is like completely sold
Yeah.
out, but that there's a lot that is nice that's still left. The last 2 race weekends, what was left on Saturday was nothing. Like it was
Yeah.
gone. So if it was your first half and you went to the expo on Saturday to get your bib, you had no options. Like it was nothing.
I learned that my first race weekend at Disney in 2019, I did exactly that. I showed up for the half. So I went to Expo on Friday, flew in Thursday night, went to the Expo on Friday. And yeah, there was like, I think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they just Brooks shoes line today. So it is in fact possible to have a high like demand item that you can sell at Run Disney and make enough of it. There's just evidence of that. Brooks manages it. Run Disney could manage it too.
This was the first time that Brooks, so let's talk about Brooks. This was the first time that Brooks had a shoe that sold out at Disney.
yes.
But
None of the other races have sold out.
And sold out,
Disney.
right, is in quotes.
except the Disneyland
Well-
Halloween shoes, those did.
Oh, those did?
Those did. The Halloween shoes at Disneyland sold out at the
Oh, did they?
you couldn't drop them.
Oh.
So what they did with the Rapunzel one rumor is it sold out in person for some sizes, and those people, but they still had them in the warehouse, so they told them they would drop ship them.
Yes.
And then when
Right.
the warehouse sold out, they were like done. But then today it showed up and it showed all sizes available,
Mhm.
but it looked like they weren't really available.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of reports of it showed available. I had put it in my cart, and when I went to check out, gone.
I ordered
And are they
drop ship for one of my friends, and they both shipped today.
are they
So I'm
available on the
jealous of
Brooks
that because
website?
the pair that I bought for one of my friends, Disney charged us $65 to ship from Florida to Utah.
Oh, I tried.
Wow.
I brought one pair home that I bought for a friend, and the other pair was the Rapunzel. So they got drop shipped, and I got the shipping confirmation for the drop ship, and I shipped them.
That's awesome.
But Greg, yeah, to answer your question, they are available right now on Brooks' website.
Okay.
And I just gotta say, Brooks has got this thing down. I mean, they are so hyper efficient. They have so many staff. They have it just dialed in.
They do.
We were the first ones, into the expo, and the first people that actually went back into the Brooks area. The entire staff was clapping for them. I mean, it was, they really have this
That's pretty
dialed
cool,
in.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome.
pretty classy, and their staff are informed. They know what's going on. Brooks, it brings in tons and tons of product, and then when they run out, they tell you they're going to drop ship it, right? So, I mean, they just have it dialed in. It's really impressive to watch how efficient they are and how committed they are to this relationship with Run Disney, and it seems to be highly lucrative for them as well. But
And you,
I mean, they're making lots of friends with the running community at Run Disney.
Oh my God. Walking through the parks, I can't describe how many people I both saw with Run Disney shoes on, the Brooks shoes.
commented on
You know,
what you were wearing.
yeah. And even waiting at the carousel for our baggage in Philadelphia, someone commented, they're like, I wish I had put those.
Well,
And they're comfortable shoes too. I'm just gonna say it. I don't run in them, but for walking around in the park, wow, they're good shoes.
They're
Yeah.
comfortable.
And traveling now to Run Disney races, you can identify who's coming to the race by what shoes they're wearing, because everybody's got their Run Disney favorite shoe on
Well,
at this point.
it's now
Yeah.
part of like the brag bag, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's the uniform, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the shoes and the jacket and the t-shirt.
And now you've got what, 12 different pairs to choose from. It's crazy. And for them to drop 3 brand new shoes for this weekend was just amazing.
Although
Amazing.
I have to say, I was disappointed by one thing. This is the first weekend they did not have an event shoe.
Yeah.
Right. So then you had
So
to pay
they're-
extra for the
Unless you bought 3.
Well,
Really?
right. But like every other one they've done, every other weekend has had a specific event shoe, came with the medallions, and inside the shoe had the event name printed. And this
Yeah.
time they didn't. They had 3 themed shoes,
right.
but you had to buy the little medallion thingies separate. And I'm like, oh, great. $175 for a pair of shoes. And here, take my money for the $20 for the little, distance things for the shoes.
But you got a free bracelet.
That's
yes.
true.
If you bought
Yes,
the
my daughter.
medallion thing.
No, you got a free
No, you
bracelet
had
if
to
you
do
did
like
the internet
QR
thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
If you're a member of Brooks Club.
yeah, it was a really expensive way to get your email.
They already have mine.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I do like that Princess has the Pandora bracelets that are all the distances.
They're
Did
cool.
they do that at Disneyland this year?
I don't know. I don't buy Pandora, so I wouldn't have looked.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the expo. I didn't see a Pandora.
Yeah, I don't
They
recall.
Yeah, they definitely had it at this one.
Yes.
And, I'm a sucker for that stuff. So every Princess race and the Disneyland race I did, I have all the distance charms for that.
I need to not get into those because then it'll be like the Brooks shoes and I'll just start piling them on and it'll be a problem.
Yeah, except you go to a race and immediately you're out $500.
Yeah, so I need to not even.
Because you're like, they always have a new Run Disney charm, like a non-race specific Run Disney charm. And that's year specific. And then, of course, you have all the distances and the challenge.
Okay, I need to not even look.
And you can't buy just like one.
You can. I
then-
did. I
Then
bought
you're
one.
there and you're like, yeah, I could use a bracelet for it to go on. And there's another $100.
I'm just going to stay clear.
But I thought
Just
I
'cause-
did think this year, and maybe this is just this year in general, I did think they're starting to up their selection of just generic Run Disney merchandise that's available, which is
think
kind of
so.
nice, right? The singlets, the jerseys, the hats, all of those are.
I love work stuff, but I really don't find even like might look cute, but anytime I've tried it on or bought it, it like doesn't, like it's weird
Doesn't.
sized. It's like oddly cut. I just don't like that merch very much.
I haven't tried it on. I've just looked at it and thought about it,
It looks
and like the silver jacket, they had like the silver jacket, and I heard a woman say, "Who on earth would buy that?"
and you were like,
I was like, "It looks cool to me, but I probably wouldn't buy it either." But
You need it.
I probably do. I
could-
needed to
like,
go with my Moana shoes.
last print
Exactly.
had that purple sparkly one that was like
Yes.
shiny. That one I kind of like, but I didn't buy it.
I saw people in it though. People brought it back. They liked it really well, so they were wearing it at the
People were
races again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good now. I was going to say just the one thing as we finish up on this though. I thought you had a good point as to what they didn't have this year at Princess, which doesn't make any difference to me, but I thought you said there were bags and stuff missing.
Yeah, there's no bag. Well, my gripes is I always buy the mini bag. And last year, some races had the Loungefly mini bags. Some races had the larger lug bags,
Mm-hmm.
which are also more expensive. And Dopey had no bags at all. No bags, no ears. And they had ears, which were actually kind of cute. Although I don't know that I'm in love with like with the ears that you can
Create your
Velcro the distance things on.
Yeah.
But they had those. They were kind of cute. But yeah, no bags.
Yeah, they
And
haven't
no
had
purse. And
ones.
like last couple of years they've had purses and corksicle holders, but they've changed the corksicle that they're using now to like the bigger, like ginormo one, and no backpack.
Yeah, I don't know. The Loungeflies I thought sold really well, but I haven't seen those in a while.
No.
Yeah, the last one I saw was at springtime.
Yeah.
It's like Princess, they had it last year at Dopey and Princess.
To
Prin-
Disneyland.
Dopey and Springtime. Princess was a lug. Wine and Dine was a lug. And then Dopey this year was
Nothing.
Nothing.
And they would make bags like $100 a piece, and they would sell out if they did that.
Yeah. Although the Loungefly, they seem to, we always bought the Loungefly. My son has one from every race he's done at Disney hanging on his wall. It's like, he doesn't collect a lot of things, but that was one of the things, like, it was in pins in the Loungefly. That was the only thing he cared about. So
that's awesome.
All right. So enough about the expo. We did a 5K. I think we all did.
You and I did.
No, Sharon didn't. She set that one out.
I didn't
She
do the
slept
5K.
in.
Greg didn't.
I slept in.
You and me and Nancy.
So, Tony, what did you think about the 5K?
It was good. Started in B. Ran it with Cindy, and even going, at a slower pace, it probably passed 800 people in the first mile. There were probably 15. I think you were probably right when we were discussing. It's probably about 1,500 people in a corral, and probably 1,300 of them walked from the beginning. So it's crowded, but it's what you come to expect for a Run Disney 5K.
Yeah, at Dopey, the challenge bibs that include the 5K, they all were time sorted, but then there was, the people who just registered for the 5K were not time sorted. So, like, felt more serious than it did this weekend.
Yeah. When it's separated from the challenge, it's tough, and you just you know what to expect. And we stopped, and the course is great. Running around World Showcase is great. You just know what it's going to be packed. There's going to be mostly walkers, and you're going to spend 20 to 25 minutes in character lines. And the very first one was Rapunzel's mother, and no, I'm sorry, Merida's mother.
So I personally love the Disney 5Ks. I love them because, one, it's a fast race. It's flat. It doesn't have a ton of turns, although now they have the one U-turn, which I don't truly appreciate that much. But if you're on the faster end, like, it's a fast race, but it's not super fast. Like, the winner this year, I think, was only like 18 or 19 minutes, which was a couple minutes slower than you would normally expect. But it is a twisty-turny course. It's not straight.
It's not timed, so I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to try to crush that 5K.
Yep.
So,
come on.
Speaking to the mom of the 4th place finisher last year,
if you won, you get credit. It's not even official.
If there's not a chip on my bib, I have waiting 25 minutes for a carry.
I mean, I don't want to do either.
That's not everybody.
I don't want to race it or wait 25. That's why I don't do 5Ks there.
I have a hard time. Yeah, it's hard to line up for a race and not run. I mean, it's just hard.
Yeah, I mean, you can run.
You can run.
I usually run it out. And I like doing that because the experience of running with very few people in front of you and a very empty Epcot and characters that have no line is kind of fun. My experience this year was different because my daughter was with me, and she ran this at Marathon Weekend last year. I think she ran it in like 28 minutes or something. And this year, she may have doubled that.
Sure. Yeah.
She was enjoying it.
She had to pee really bad, apparently. I guess struck her at like the half-mile mark. So we ran our way to the first character stop, and the CM wouldn't let her use the bathroom that was off to the side because, we're still pretty early on. And he's like, no, it's too far off. The one that's like by Creations? Yeah. It's not that far off the path. And so we ended up in like a 10-minute long line, and then we had to keep running. Yeah, the first bathroom they let her use was the one in Norway.
Jeez.
And it's like, in my head, I'm like, we passed like 8 bathrooms by then, but it was still pretty early, and they weren't letting people veer off that far off the course.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who stopped at bathrooms all the time at Epcot. I think I've stopped in all of them during races. Ever.
Right.
prevented from stopping at any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
crazy.
thought it was unusual. She started to head off that way, and the guy was like,
I feel like he was.
I feel like
Yeah,
he
that
was wrong
seems
too.
wrong. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But, I mean, we had fun. We stopped in Norway. I think we did all the characters up to the Beast. And then she was like, I'm done with this.
Can we finish?
Let's get over. And you know what it was is you got, the corral like BC folks now we're in, and it just got like so crowded. So the second half of the race was a
Yep.
very different experience because it was very crowded. Not like as
Mhm.
packed as you see some of the pictures of like E and F and G, but it was still really crowded. And coming out like by the guard shack on the exit, she had kind of lost sight of me for a moment. And it was so crowded that she ended up having a little panic attack. So we had to deal with that not even a quarter mile from the finish line. So that was our excitement on the course, but it was my first hour and 5-minute 5K.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah. I mean, good weather for the 5K too,
It's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, humid, but I think it was like high 50s. So, it was good. And again, good course.
Yeah.
4 characters and then the Epcot Bowl photo stop. And
Are there only
Yeah.
4 characters in the 5K?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
It's
thought
a
there was
PR
more
and
than that.
fun. It's a PR and fun. That's what the 5K
Okay,
is.
Greg.
it is.
I have to do it at spring. Ooh.
I'm doing it at springtime too.
No, part of the challenge.
I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
to.
you have to go. I mean,
Yeah, no.
Maybe you go in DNF.
I mean, you'll still get the challenge. Oh, come
I
on.
would still get the challenge.
if you're going to wake up at 2 in the morning and DNF,
DNF of 5K.
there's something wrong with you.
No.
Well, DNF is greater than DNF.
Maybe I will just walk.
There is nothing stopping you from. Although I did hear that they were sweeping people this year on the 5K, which I don't remember them ever doing in the past.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah,
There
was a-
Where did they sweep? Where did they?
I don't know. And apparently there was an incident where someone was running as a balloon lady, but is not one of the actual balloon ladies,
They don't
apparently.
have to. I
No.
don't think.
Right.
Sure.
And
Okay.
the bikes were right behind this person, and they were telling all of the people that were falling behind this person that they better get in front of them. So I think there was some confusion at the back.
And was this a short race? I mean, was
Oh.
this the one where that was Disneyland, wasn't it? That was a little shorter than.
Yeah, that was
No.
Disneyland. No,
that
this was not
Disneyland.
short.
Okay, this was short. This is regular. Okay, because it's the same course we did at. Is it the same course we did at Marathon
Yeah,
Weekend?
it's the same course we did last
Okay.
month.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same-
I think I ended up with like 3.14 or something.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
the 10K was exciting with our
Indeed.
rain and
And drama about it.
Oh, the
Which-
drama. Ooh, yeah.
the drama.
The drama the night before where they were like, we will make it at 8 p.m. when you were all
Well,
in bed.
I appreciate that they did that because there were so many people online freaking out about it. I've never seen so many messages of, do you think they're going to cancel? And it almost seemed like wishful thinking, reading some of the messages.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah.
just get a medal and not run?
I remember somebody told me they were there for the last time was they canceled the whole race and they didn't get their medal. And I was like, I'd be mad, man. You spent a
They did,
Yeah.
when they canceled it was 2017. I think it was 2017. They did get the medal. You could
Oh.
either get it in person at ESPN or
Okay.
they would mail it to you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That would-
so they definitely did get
That-
the medals. That
Yeah. I mean, I appreciated all the updates because it was a difficult one for them too, because they were predicting lightning. And then first it was supposed to lightning right when we were getting into the corrals. And then later it was supposed to be lightning later. So I get the feeling they used, most of that time to come up with 6 or 7 different contingencies for what they would do. And then by 8 p.m., it had changed to mostly just a rain event. So, and we saw that on course with them getting all the characters under the awnings.
So I thought it was really fascinating. I thought it was fascinating what they did in response to the rain on the course. I
Yep.
thought there was some changes they made that I hope they keep.
Like the drummers.
Yeah, the drummers
Yeah. With fire.
under the breezeway and the marching band under the test track under the cover instead of like out at the one turn. Although I kind of missed them at the turn, but then as soon as you pull in to Epcot, there they are. I'm like, I
Right.
thought that was cool.
Yeah.
The people ice skating across the breezeway was less cool.
Yeah.
I was excited for the drummers. I just walked through that whole part.
Did you?
I didn't slip.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that would have been a great place to walk. So
Yeah.
for people listening that weren't there, the 10K was Moana themed, and they had Hawaiian drummers out and in the Creation Breezeway, and they were just fantastic. And I wish I
awesome.
could run it. I wish I would have just walked it because they were spectacular. And they were at, that was what, mile 2.5, and then
Yeah,
you got
it's
to see them from behind at like mile 5.5. So you got two different versions of the same event, but they were spectacular. I mean, whoever they are, they're just unbelievably good.
Yeah.
And the guy wasn't actually drumming, but that was like the whatever, like the
Doing the kahooey and all of
he
the
was
other
like so high energy.
Oh, man.
I thought it was awesome. And
It
what
was
I
awesome.
thought was great was, they had the kettles with the smoke coming out of it and like the fake fire. There were people I was hearing in the parks later who thought it was real fire.
It wasn't real fire.
It was not real fire.
Oh,
I didn't
why
even
did you
know.
ruin it, Jill? I think it was real fire.
So I was running, and as we do when we run, sometimes we see things and sometimes we don't. I didn't even realize that was the thing until I watched the video.
Yeah.
Later
I didn't know
on.
there was fire. I didn't know there was
super
fire
worried
there
about,
either.
my
I
footing.
didn't either until I saw the video. But the next day they had the same setup out on the half marathon with different characters.
I didn't see that.
No,
Yeah, it was
did.
by Contemporary
Okay.
on that kind of way back.
Yeah.
Because at that point you were like, I just want to get over with this.
Yeah, I didn't even look.
I was head down by that point. Yeah, I don't think I saw it.
So the 10K was drizzly, following some pretty torrential rain, and feels like of 69 with the dew point the same as the temperature. So it was a muggy, fairly warm, treacherous run.
And it was
Mm-hmm.
and it was very steamy and
And wet.
A wet.
I was
Wet
a
boardwalk.
sopping wet mess when I finished.
Yeah.
I wasn't too, but like I had a couple of those moments where you, like it wasn't the rain that was coming down, but the rain on the road where like you take a step and you feel like a wave of water go over your foot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
I was watching people like actively avoiding the puddles.
Tried to do.
I was like,
So
my
excited.
feet are already wet. I'm just going through it. It's going to be what it's going to be.
I think my feet were wet, but I tried to avoid the puddles.
Yeah. I avoid the puddles because I don't know what's at the bottom of a puddle, and turning an ankle when you can't see what's at the bottom of it. I mean, I was mentally exhausted after that race just because the whole thing is don't injure yourself, right? Don't slip, don't fall. And the mental energy it takes to run a race like that is unbelievable.
So I like this course. They made a bunch of changes to it for Dopey this year, and they kept the same course. I really like this course. Less highway, more, not necessarily park, but just like more entertaining with
a lot of interests. Interesting things. So right, the boardwalk is fun. It's just fun.
Yeah, and the full circuit around the boardwalk, which like I don't always appreciate doing the full circuit, but like on this course, I'm like it works.
I like to hear the pounding on the boards. Like it sounds like I'm an elephant running. Is what I think.
And most of the other runs that we do that do the full circuit, it's in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
so
I like this.
I like this direction. Although I think we get steeper hills going this way.
I don't know. Hill towards the boardwalk from the yacht club past the Swan and Dolphin, that hill is a monster in that direction.
It is, but it's so short.
Yeah.
The bridge always feels like a beast.
Yeah.
Like,
and I like being able to go past other runners. It was great seeing Sharon on the course.
Oh yeah, I saw you. I forgot.
Yeah. And and that made me appreciate the Disneyland courses even more. I mean, I didn't realize how much I like seeing other runners and encouraging them and yelling at them and stuff like that. And that's about the only place we get it. In most of these races, there's a couple of places on the half, but usually it's separated by like 100 feet of elevation.
Yeah.
good when somebody's on the overpass and you're on the underpass.
Exactly.
That's not the same.
Exactly.
Well, but the
Although-
wine and dine app had it on whatever road that would be, like leading towards Blizzard Beach. There was an out and back.
Oh, this year, yeah, I liked that.
And I liked that too. Same idea.
Yeah.
Some of that.
Yeah. Well, at the marathon, when you run in and out of Blizzard Beach too, and when you're up on, is it Western Way? Is it Western Way up as you're going into Epcot? You see people coming out of Epcot. Not Epcot.
Yeah.
I mean Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, yeah.
Kind
It's
of
a
go
little
in.
harder to be.
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, a little harder to be as encouraging at mile 21, but yeah.
I was going to say you kind
I
of
don't
lost.
know, like on the
It's
marathon.
like, you're
Just
doing
encouraging
great.
yourself, like don't
Yeah,
die.
exactly.
Keep going. Don't die. Keep going.
I know, coming out of
mostly it's
Animal
like, hey, are you all right?
I know the like part that Greg's talking about on the marathon, going in and out of Animal Kingdom. I really like. I don't like
That's great.
I don't like the running behind Animal Kingdom part. It's just so boring. But I like that part. This year,
Yeah.
as I was going in, Chad was coming out, and so that was fun. And as I was coming out, two of my friends were going in.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
That's
like,
pretty cool.
Greg, that's
feel
where
like that's
Greg
like
saw
over-
me and didn't even say
Yeah.
hi.
I said it high as much as I could.
Breaks my heart.
You can just sort of
In my
nod.
head, I was screaming. In my head, I was squealing. But
In my head, I heard you.
good.
it just didn't exit the mouth.
Exactly.
That's right.
But no,
So good
I
course.
was a little worried on this course with it being wet, going around the boardwalk part, but it was fine.
Yeah, it was.
That was not bad.
Yeah,
No.
I think I was worried about the boardwalk too, but I think the boards are actually so saturated that it was fine. It's when it just gets a little dusting that I think it gets slick. Because we
Yeah,
had
because
it slick before. It was not slick at all.
yeah, because like when we're out there after they do like the morning wash down, it can be
Right.
slippery.
Yeah.
And this,
It was-
I was expecting that, and this was
That's what
not. It was nothing.
it was
Or
the
if it's
paint-
just a humid morning, right, with fog. It can be
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the painted surfaces were slippery.
yes. So
And characters, I think I stopped at most of the characters. I thought they were okay. This
That's-
is
I
the
felt
one
like
where
there
Belle
was-
was like way off in
Yeah.
at France.
Oh,
You had
because
to
of the
go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of them really had to walk.
in Epcot, yeah,
and some were hidden. Right, there was the ones at the front of the
Uh-huh.
park. I didn't even know there were characters there.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I had just run past those two. There was two right at the front. I just
it was
run past
Merida
them.
And it was the fairies from Cinderella.
Yes.
Or from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Oh, and I
sure.
went by. It was the fairy godmothers.
Oh, okay. They made
Hmm.
us swap those two out.
Yeah. But I was like, I saw them after I was going by.
Because
And
it's
I'm
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, I'm not good.
It was almost the end. When I went
Yeah.
past, there was no line. So I was like, okay. And I turned
That's
back
because
around.
nobody knew about them.
That's why
yeah,
my
nobody
10
knew about him.
like 6.8 because I just go, I'm going to go back around and see those guys.
I was going to say, if they were worried about you going off course to the bathroom, there were characters much further off course than that bathroom. This
Totally.
time.
Right? Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Yeah.
so confused because I was telling Aston the whole time, I'm like, as soon as we get in the park, there's one. We'll just go to that one.
I would
And then
have
the
just
guys,
like when you gotta go, you gotta go. Like,
Well,
sorry.
Yeah.
and the line for that character was so long. I told her, I'm like, you just go. Like, ignore the guy, just go. And she, she's 12. She was like, no, I don't want to go without you.
Mhm.
I'm like, all right.
That's so weird. They're always open.
Yeah, it was unusual. I
Mhm.
blame it on
Maybe the cats were just
misinformed.
didn't.
Yeah. Anyways, the half.
The half.
So it's the same course that we ran last year,
Mhm.
And for marathon weekend for the half.
and for marathon
Yeah.
weekend. I still don't like the clockwise version as much as the counterclockwise version. I like, I
OT counterclockwise before they when you start from the contemporary years ago. I mean,
years ago being
Yeah.
the year before last.
Well, the construction bothers me on the road you have to run at going up
Yeah.
in front of the Grand Floridian. That road is really rough. I mean,
yeah, the holes and stuff,
yeah, there's some big holes and
it's dark.
and uneven and it's dark. It's not the
But
best.
see, I was noticing like they lined up the buses, which made it dark,
Yeah.
but it was much brighter than it was at Marathon Weekend last year. It was like super dark in that section.
It was.
And even Marathon Weekend last month, I felt it was that there were more lights out this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And the one bus driver who was standing
Standing
over the pothole,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the hole.
she's like the
She's a hero.
hero of
She
the
is
a hero.
weekend. How many twisted ankles did she prevent?
Yeah, I mean, when I ran and saw her standing there, it was like,
What are you doing?
it took a second to compute. It's like, what's happening? And then I looked down, and I mean, that hole was huge, and
Yeah.
she stood there for the whole race. It was
That's
amazing.
Yes.
She saved probably 300 people's ankles.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. The
Just
medical
crazy.
tent should thank her, but I thanked her. I was like, oh, thank you for doing that.
Oh
It
yeah,
was like,
100%. Because you couldn't put a cone there.
no.
You would have had
No.
to. You would have had to start moving runners over for 50 feet before that.
Yeah, and in that, so like getting back to my previous, like I preferred the old direction where you ran past the contemporary, then through the bus area into the park, and then
Mhm.
out the back and around Grand Floridian Poly and back to Epcot. This new course is growing on me, but until we run through the toll booth again, I am not going to be excited. I'm
I
like,
do the toll
to me,
booth.
the two highlights of that race is
Mhm.
going through the toll booth, which I always got the selfie in front of the toll booth, and
Yep.
then obviously, running through Magic Kingdom and the picture from the castle.
I actually liked running through the bus loop too because it's pretty with the lights.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty.
it's Christmassy, and I don't know, like I always, when I entered the bus loop, you like get the like the chills and all the feels show up, and now I'm like, look,
Well, now
Did
it's
you
like the
guys-
sidewalk next to the
Yeah.
next to the electrical water pageant that gets super narrow because they have that water
Yeah.
stop there, and then it's slippery because everybody's dropping their Powerade. It's like
on the painted sidewalk, on the painted side.
yeah, I don't mind that section, but I feel like for most of this crew or all of us,
it's not yet,
it's
but
pretty quiet still.
Yeah.
I think if the course was reversed like it used to be, and I understand why they made the changes, right? With all the construction going on in Magic Kingdom, they had to do something. I think like if it was in the other direction, it wouldn't be as crowded for like the middle of the pack folks, because that can get to a standstill.
I don't like that tight turn though, and I don't know why I don't. Where you're
turn?
at the contemporary, and you're going on to right before the water stop. You go up and there's hay bales on both sides, and you have to run down. There's like a board place
So
there.
by the Grand Floridian, you mean?
By the Grand Floridian.
That the board that they put over.
I
that.
know where you mean. You mean that sharp turn right?
Sharp. After you see the Mickey golf cart. After you see the Mickey golf cart.
Where you go from the parking lot into the
sidewalk that goes into
the
sidewalk that goes in there. Sharp turn, and that is a sharp turn, and it's on a.
It's the sharp turn, like a ramp that they put there.
Yeah, and it's like 3-tiered. It's a ramp and then a straight end and then a ramp on the other end, and it makes it really awkward because it is a turn and it's not easy to manipulate.
No.
Yeah, that didn't bother me as much as there was one spot, I guess it was like between Poly and Grand, where they had a barricade that was like perpendicular to the road that we were pushed off onto the shoulder to go around.
Mm-hmm.
And as we went through there, like everyone was commenting that like it was gravelly and slippery.
It was.
The thing that was going through my head was when it gets more congested, that's going to be the bottleneck. You had like that quick often, and Tony didn't even notice.
Well, because it was gravelly. I
was
mean,
going
I felt
so fast through it.
Yeah, I was going so fast. There was like gravel flying everywhere. It was crazy.
Like Roadrunner.
Yeah, it was like Roadrunner. Yeah, exactly.
I like the route through Magic Kingdom though. It's we get to see a lot of it. Although I did see a couple posts after the race. They're like, "Why didn't we get to see more of Magic Kingdom?" And in my head, I was like, "Which part didn't we get to see? Because we like did it all."
New fan.
We didn't.
The only part we didn't
go up through Dumbo. We didn't do the turn and go up through Dumbo and back down.
Yeah, we didn't make the. Did we go? Did we go
You
through the Tomorrowland path?
Yes, we went down to
the one under Tron.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
We didn't.
Tomorrowland sign
we go out through the castle.
Yes,
through the castle.
We only do that during
Buzz Lightyear and
then we go out by Buzz Lightyear and Space Mountain and then exit. I mean, you get this 13.1 miles. There's 2.5 at most of park.
At most, yeah. It's
Well,
mostly a road race.
That's
It's mostly a
Epcot
road
yeah,
and
I mean, no amount of Disney Magic and Pixie Dust is going to make Epcot closer to Magic Kingdom. So,
Correct.
Nope, 100%.
yeah.
But I would say Disneyland, like, because Disneyland also has a lot of road. At least the road in Disney World is well maintained. The World Drive, it's like, it is smooth.
It is.
Well, it is
Perfect.
now.
Yeah, it's
They just
perfect.
repaved it like last year.
It's very nice. It's very
The
nice.
Disneyland in Anaheim are hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's like running in front of the Polynesian and Grand Floridian. in
Right.
Anaheim.
That part is
That
the rough.
part. It's dark.
Yeah.
There were no buses. I mean, there were no buses. But
I was hoping that section was going to be,
better.
nicer next year. And I saw an announcement this morning that the construction on that road is now delayed by a year. So we've got another year to deal with it. Because they're putting in 3 traffic circles.
I do love me a traffic circle. I've never seen one in Disney.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like they're
No.
popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a bad intersection there anyways. So it like gets rid of that intersection.
Past parking and then Polly and
Yeah. Yeah. And with the new tower there, there's that much more traffic.
Yeah.
So anyways, I personally love, I don't mind I don't love it, but I don't mind the highway, both because like, as you said, Sharon, it's well maintained, but also like it's straight, it's flat. I don't appreciate sometimes how crowned it is.
ugh,
It's very crowned.
so crowned.
Yeah. But if you run down towards the white line, or if you're like more towards the top of the crown, it's not so bad. But on the return, I enjoy it because you do get to see, like, for 2.5 miles, 3 miles, you do get to see all the runners that are heading into the park.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't mind. The funny thing is, this sounds strange, but I don't mind the run on the road. But for some reason, I still hate the parking lot.
Oh,
When you take off through a parking lot, I mean, it's no different than a road, I don't think. But I'm like, we're in a parking lot.
I didn't used to mind. You remember we running through TTC, we would just on the half, we would just run straight down the tramway.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Now we don't do that. We get a little bit of a tour because we don't use that entrance anymore. We come in and out of that other entrance by where the speedway used to be. And so they got to like get you to the other side of the parking lot, which is fine. But by doing that, they take off a half a mile that used to be in the park. So we get less Epcot than we used to. And the parking lot, it's just, I mean, they can put as many characters in there as they want. It's still boring. There's 2 characters and a band in there, I think.
For some reason, it's like distance feels longer in a parking lot.
Well, it feels like you never get there, right? You're like,
yeah, like going from one end to another feels longer than doing the same distance on a road.
Yeah. And it's where it hits. I mean, you come through TTC and you've got those really tight, obnoxious turns, and it's hitting at mile 7.5. Whereas when we were going in and running through the parking lot, we were still fresh at mile 3, and it was all anxious, and we were getting anxious going into Magic Kingdom. But it hitting at 7.5 miles is just a whole different brutal reality to your body. And
over.
Yeah, the Magic Kingdom are done. You run up Main Street, and now you're just trying to be done, right? And it hits at 7.5. You're like, are you serious? Why am I in a parking lot?
And I don't know about you guys, but in Magic Kingdom, going down Main Street is such a powerful experience. All the crowds, it's so energizing. And then you've got like all of the distractions and commotion of Magic Kingdom itself, which is, I love running through Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then, of course, you go right into backstage, which is, it's more boring than people think it is. And, you have a bit of a run to get to TTC, but then you get there and you have, again, all the energy of the bands and the people. And then when you get to the parking lot, it's like all that energy just evaporates.
Yeah.
And then like combine that with like now the energy from the crowd is gone, and you've got like this like never ending flat surface of parking spaces.
Right.
Just
Well,
mind-numbing.
it's funny, that run up Main Street is what makes this race. You
Oh,
could,
yeah.
if you knew nothing about this race, you didn't understand mileage, you didn't understand where Main Street hit or anything else. You could look at my data and you could tell where Main Street is just by the spike in the heart rate.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's the excitement
And
right
pace,
on Main Street, but
probably.
it's really because, that's the time you get spectators, and it just, it's amazing what it does to my heart rate. It just
And it's like
spikes nothing.
It's like from
Yeah.
the second you get through the tunnel under the train station,
Yep.
it's like from there to the castle where you make the left turn to go into whatever land that is.
I would say, because during the full marathon, I walked half of it at the back of the pack. So I was with the 16-minute, I was with the balloon ladies essentially going
Yep.
through the castle. And I'm always like in the front. So I'm used to going through there, and like I did this time, like at night, still, dark,
Yeah,
dark and early, like in the pack. And at the back of the pack, it was a little sadder because there are so many fewer spectators, because I think people move on to go spectate elsewhere. So this is my PSA, which is, if you spectate any of these races, like hang out on Main Street till the end, because those people really, like, they miss out on some of that.
They need it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And it was way thinner. Like there was lots of space.
But do you think that most of those people who left are like,
they went to spectate elsewhere, probably?
it's like my husband, right? He came to spectate me and he saw you guys, and then he went to TTC to see me again, and then he got on the monorail to go back to the finish line to see me. And like the timing of all that with the paces we run is like he gets to the finish line shortly before we do.
Yeah.
So,
But I hear you, Sharon. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fantastic having people there spectating and
It cleared out. And yeah,
Pick me up. Yeah, it's such a pick me up
yeah.
and energy boost, and the people at the back don't see that same energy.
it would be fun to like organize a group of people who, like, that's their plan. Like, as they go to Magic Kingdom, and they just cheer for everybody all the way to the end, and then you could just go to Magic Kingdom today. If you're there.
And on the same line, I do wish that like the monorail resorts, because we run that whole circuit, right?
Yeah.
And they don't really allow the people staying at the hotels to come out and spectate. I wish that they would. You see a couple of people who snuck out of Contemporary and a couple of people who snuck out.
There's that one part in Grand Floridian where there's always people. I mean, there's not that many of them. I don't think many people staying in the hotel, like, it's 5:30 in the morning, let's get up and go outside. And
So we've had friends stay at the Grand Floridian, and they are actively. There's that one section in the parking lot.
That's the
at
one
the
I'm
wedding
thinking.
pavilion.
Yeah.
It-
That's what I'm
like,
thinking.
Polly is told they can't go out on the road, and friends in the past at Grand Floridian, before it went through there, they were always told, no, you can't do that. And then Contemporary, same thing. Like, there's nobody.
Yeah, there isn't. I guess they're told.
There's not.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because there's that, you can walk to that
Right, you
crosswalk,
could.
right?
There
There
were
are-
a few people at the light, like where if you walk.
There were a couple of people.
There's always the couple of people
little-
who are like, I hear you and I ignore you, and I'm going to go anyways.
Like what I would have done with that bathroom.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to hear about this from you for a very long time.
I feel for Addison, because I would have been so mad. Like, you were waiting to get there. And then you were told no. I absolutely would have just gone. Like, I'm sorry.
I tried
I
to get her to go, and she's like,
Mhm.
no, he said no. I'm like,
Yeah.
And on the one hand, she's 12. It's good she's respecting authority. On the other hand, I'm like, I don't really want her
But
to
also, if a
pee
12-year-old
her brand new shoes.
pees her pants in a race, it's going to be more embarrassing than if a 50-year-old does. Like, I'd be like, whatever, I peed my pants. I mean, if you're 12.
And then the triathlete in the crowd doesn't really care.
Right. Yeah. I'm not there yet. I'm not that kind of triathlete just yet.
Soon.
Yeah. Soon.
Yeah, I think once you start doing like 70 points and fulls, there's a lot of things that you stop caring about.
I
Yep.
swam today, and I got out of the pool to pee 3 times.
Well, thank you for not being
Who
in the
gets
pool.
out of the pool to pee?
Well, we know you don't.
Well, now you've confessed.
Why do you
And
think
that
it's
is why
so
there's chlorine in
chlorinated?
the pool.
Exactly.
I can't do it.
Well, I'm glad you can't.
Yeah. Very
So
polite.
You seem to be the only.
coming back into Epcot, I saw the balloon ladies coming down the ramp at like mile 2-ish while, when I was going over the bridge. And there were a lot of buses following them.
Yes.
So I saw, today or last night, people were speculating on what the DNF rate is. And it's so hard to tell because they don't, they don't publish the data. But if we assume that like there's 20%, most races have around a 20% DNS rate. And I think Brian was thinking it was actually that the DNS on this or DNF on this was actually less than 2%, which would be pretty low.
Why don't they publish it out of curiosity? Like they scrub you from the data. Like for the half, I mean, when I did the full, I did half of it on purpose and I DNF'd on purpose. Yeah. And so if you tracked me, it had all my times for the first half that day, but then I'm not in that, then it's like gone.
Because so if you look up your bib number, you still don't find yourself?
No, I'm gone.
Because they only publish finishers and the data they supply is only finishers.
I know that's a fact, but I wonder why. You know what I mean?
Other races take you out of the search. There was like, if you search for like an age group, you wouldn't show up there. But if you searched by your name or your bib number, you'd still show up. Disney,
it like takes you.
There must be some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do they ever publish how many people register for the race?
No.
Do we have any idea of that?
No, we know. I mean, we know the bib ranges, so you can kind of guess, but they never publish that number.
But you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of secretive on that stuff.
Yeah. I get that they are. I don't know why.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to know, how many bibs are actually sold versus how many, finishers. It'd be great to know how many start versus how many finishers, but probably never.
Brian doesn't have any of that data, does he?
He used to, but they've recently been scrubbing more and more of it. And like I had the problem that Sharon had at Dopey 2 years ago, but they didn't take my name out. So if I searched by me, I still showed up, but I didn't show up in the results because my bib,
your bib
stopped scanning after the 10-mile mark. But once I supplied them with the proof that I actually did finish the race, and they told me that my finish time was different than what the clock showed, but I then showed back up in the results.
Well, also when you DNF, just in case you don't, they do scan your bib at the finish line, but not the real finish line, like where they take you back to. You get scanned as a DNF, like you get scanned as I pulled out, so that they know it's not just like you stopped tracking. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference. It's not just okay, you didn't ever hit the other.
But maybe that's why I wasn't. I was still searchable, but not in the.
But also, confirm your story. You know what I mean? That it's like, no, well, we didn't get you. Like you didn't come through here.
And did you say they scan you when you get off the bus too? Do they scan you?
Yes. Yeah. If you get swept by the bus, when you come off the bus, you walk through like a timing mat. So which makes sense because they want to keep track of everybody, like what happened.
Yeah, I was going to say they want to know if they lost anyone along the way.
Exactly. Like they want to know who they got.
I wonder if they do lose people. Do you think they lose people?
I bet they do.
I mean,
if you were like a real snake, you could like hide in the park and skip not to pay for.
I was thinking more like if you ran past your hotel and are like, I'm done.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because I always stay at Coronado and we run past it, like some of the marathon for sure. And also the half at Wine and Dine. And like, just so, especially in the marathon, you're like at mile 20, like my room, I literally remember being like my room, I could see where my room is right there.
Who was it last year that got yelled at by a cop for going to McDonald's on the marathon?
Oh, I don't know, but it's right there.
It's just right there. Yeah.
I thought about stopping at the Speedway too, like the Speedway by Magic Kingdom, because we drive right past that. Get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, someone last year reported, and they were kind of like in the back, like EF, that they went into the McDonald's and a cop gave them a hard time. It's like, well, we can't let you back on the course. How do we know you weren't doping?
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's like,
I'm doping for my 8-hour marathon.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see where I'm finishing?
Right, on a course that has no prizes.
Right.
And I'm eating a hamburger on the way.
Oh, don't shortchange yourself. If you're doing that, it better be a double cheeseburger.
I hit drugs at the McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because,
Yeah, that's funny.
I think like stopping at the McDonald's is like a thing for some people.
Yeah. I
People stop
prefer
and
that better
yeah.
than buying for a drink, than stopping for a drink in the middle of a race. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But stopping
Yeah.
for a McDonald's, why not?
You mean an alcoholic drink?
That's what I meant.
Stop
Yeah.
for a Jeffrey's donut.
So, anyways, I do like that this year they put up the barriers down the median going out to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, making
Mhm.
it pop.
You don't see people crossing anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that during marathon weekend as well, because remember the time I was coming back down World Drive and the later corrals were coming across World Drive in front of me to get the restrooms on the opposite side. So they've got 4 lanes of freeway on their side through the long median and then 4 lanes in front of me. And I mean, I almost ran over a couple people that were crossing in front of me, and that's at mile 10. And, I mean, it was super dangerous. So it's really good that they've done that.
Yeah. I feel like if Run Disney does something right, it is porta potties, generally speaking. Obviously, at the moment, but I feel like they have them. They have them pretty available, especially at the beginning and even on the course. These things matter.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that are going to argue that because they end up developing lines like everything else, and
Yeah, but if you put in any other
they're
race,
probably kind of gross towards the end of the race.
Any other race I've ever done, they're so well supplied with porta potties.
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah,
Like normal race, if you get like
Huge line.
if you get like 2 every 5K, that's a good race. Here, there's like a dozen every mile.
Normal race, you don't even get them through the course. You get them at the beginning and at the end, and not enough of them.
Right. For a small local
race.
race.
No, they're
Sure. Yeah.
way through.
I mean, even like major marathons, you get a couple here and there, but it's not like what Disney does.
Yeah. I give them props for that. Merch, not so much, no props, but porta potties, they get.
You know what though? If you look at merch at other marathons,
This
it's
is
still
way
probably
better.
It's still probably better at Disney, even though we might not love it. It's
Well, and that's where I think like we're spoiled.
We're spoiled.
We have experience with majors and with other races, and I think like what Disney supplies much more variety than they do. But on the other hand, you're like, it's Disney. The expectations are higher.
Well, I'm not a major, but I run Peachtree every year. They have they're sponsored by Adidas, and they always have a nice selection of merch, and it's available. I mean, it's not as hyped over or whatever, but I feel like cherry.
They have it at the ones. Yeah, they have ones I go to. It's just usually because you're there for one race instead of 3 or 4 races, so that's why there's less. But yeah,
I think the actual expo, the vendor expo, is pretty strong at all the Disney.
I would agree with the vendor expos.
Oh yeah,
it's like one of the few. When I posted the picture of it after marathon weekend, I got a couple of comments along the lines of, "It's good to see that some races actually still have strong vendor expos."
Yeah, I would. A lot of them don't.
Yeah,
even the majors are not always that great.
They're not what they used to be. Yeah,
the vendors have found where the people with the open wallets go, and it's Disney.
Yes,
it's Disney.
And speaking of the majors, today is the day that New York sent out the rejection letters, and for what was it, year number 6, year number 7, I am not doing the New York Marathon.
Me too.
I thought for sure I was doing it. I mean, I was, just under 20 minutes under the qualifying standards, and ended up being, there's no official announcement, but it seems like it was 22 minutes. You had to run 22 minutes faster than the qualifying time.
That's insane.
And I had 1907. It's like, oh my God.
Tony, if you can't get in, nobody can get in.
I'm
just saying.
People got in.
Well, you know what that means? You're just going to have to run faster.
Or
just shave 2 minutes off.
Let's see, the Boston time ended up being 3:25. So that's like, 14 minutes faster than what Boston allowed for my age group. That's insane. Oh, actually, no, I age up. I would have aged up into New York. So that's 25 minutes faster than what people were getting into Boston.
That's crazy.
It's insane. Isn't it?
Insane.
And I'm not sure I want to run New York because I'd like to do the race, but the morning feels so incredibly stressful to try to figure out the way that you get to the start. Every year that I don't get in, I'm a little relieved. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, I
I
was
kind
going
of
to
have the
do.
same feeling, but I do want to run New York.
Yeah.
I
wanted
want
to
to
run,
I
just
want to
did.
finish my six, I guess now 7-star.
Yeah.
Oh, do you
Yeah,
have
I
all
wanted
of
to
them
do that.
besides New York?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. New York is the missing. Well, now in Sydney.
Well, I was
New York is
surprised you would just then if you're that close to it.
It was never that important. I have friends who have done it like 3-4 times, and they end up doing like
The six.
the marathon tour thing to get in. And I'm like, the last several years it's been on the same weekend as Wine and Dine. So
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and I was running with my son, so I'm like, I'm running Wine and Dine with my son instead of New York. But
Yeah.
now that it's not on the same weekend, it's like oh,
Exactly.
maybe I care more than I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of relieved because I was going to do Chicago and then 2 weeks. Well, and then
Mhm.
2 weeks to Wine and Dine and then New York, 3 days
Okay.
later. So actually probably works out better for my body, but I'm still bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be another one.
The half weather was good.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Cool.
we
fantastic.
get it.
The dew
That
point,
was
the dew
good.
point was exactly where the temp was, so our sweat wasn't doing anything, but there was that nice breeze for almost the entirety of the race, so it actually was cooling us off.
And it was chilly in the morning on the half. Like I had at Mylar.
It was chilly.
Yeah, it was
And
feels
once we
like
got started, the wait was long.
mid-50s.
I would say I had a little breathing issues at the start because it was cold and humid. Once
Yeah.
I got to like the K mark, it warmed up just enough that my lungs were much happier.
Yeah. That's
But and then coming into Epcot, it always gets like the temperature always dips.
Yep.
Somewhere
Mhm.
in that like last mile or so before, like coming down that bridge into Epcot. I
Right
told
at
someone,
dawn.
I'm like, don't be surprised if you can see your breath.
Yeah, you always can right there. Yeah.
But I
Like
always
coming down one of
my
those bridges.
car, and I'm like, oh.
There's my car. First it's your hotel and then it's your car.
I'm gonna be there any minute now.
Yeah, but I mean, once you come
You're
down,
almost
you only got
you're
like a
almost-
mile and a half left.
Yeah, and there's bathrooms
Yeah, you're there.
there in the end too. Like you're good.
Yeah, like you could hiney hop from there to the finish line.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest it, but you could.
And there's
It's
always
close
those
enough.
people cheering right there too as you come down
Yeah.
around.
I
that-
love
Yeah.
that.
Epcot
Epcot
last
parking
bend.
lot.
Yeah, Tony and I were talking about this earlier, that like theoretically you could see your runner at the start line, Main Street, TTC, the bus circle, and the finish line.
You would have to be very coordinated and capable.
But to do that, your runner has to be
Slow.
Corral
slow
G.
enough
Corral G.
that it allows you to get from the start line to Main Street before the runner does.
Yeah.
And
I mean that's
more,
I
and
did
then
that wouldn't be too
Getting
hard.
exactly that for Dopey.
Oh,
So
actually,
that's exactly
it-
what I did. Main Street, TTC, Epcot
You
parking
did.
lot,
Yeah.
finished. Well,
I was
actually,
like, Tony is everywhere. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Tony ran a marathon. getting here.
Finish line and then inside Epcot, coming up by Creations, and then finish line as well.
So funny enough, this is why John likes the new course better than the old direction, because he, with the marker 5 was on Main Street on the half, and he would get to Main Street like minutes before I would get there. Now with the extra 2 miles before we get
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, it's easier.
he has extra time.
The extra time.
But then there's less in the park at the end. Getting to see your runner in the bus circle and make it to the finish line
Tricky.
requires them to be slow enough that you're able to get from there through security to the finish line before they can run that 1.2 miles.
Yeah, it could be done.
Which you almost
Yeah,
have
it
to
can
run.
be done, but there's like a spot where if you're,
Security
I don't know, John
probably-
didn't this year because he was thinking like I was running 9-minute miles,
Yeah.
and he thought it would take him more than 9 minutes to get from there through security to
this could be like an alternative sport. Like
It is.
yeah,
the
It's exactly
spectating.
what I do. So I finish the half. I get my pictures, take my tart cherry juice, my chocolate milk. I stretch a little bit. I put on warm clothes. I come to the car, get rid of as much stuff as I can in the backpack. I go to the Epcot parking lot, and then I wait and then I cheer. And then when Cindy passes, I'd get on my horse and I go through security and everything else. And then I get to the finishing line chute, and it is definitely a full contact sport. And, by then you're tightening up.
Probably need some
Your legs
sharp,
are like-
I need some sharp elbows
You
there to
do.
get.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
And then
yeah,
to
that.
be able to get in to see them in the finishing chute. I mean,
Yeah.
man, it's definitely another sport, Sharon.
Yeah.
You should try it out.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
I always
It's
say
crazy.
that I'm going to finish the long distance, like the half, and then I'm going to change, and then I'm going to stick around and watch the rest of the race finish. But I'm always like, I want to go back and take a shower.
Yeah.
Every time
When
I have
I-
that conversation with
Every time.
When I used to do marathon weekend by myself,
Yeah.
I would go back to the hotel, shower, change, and come back to the finish line and watch the end of the race.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed doing that,
Yeah.
especially if you have friends who are finishing in the end.
Yeah, that's a good idea. For a long enough race, it would be possible for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. For the marathon, for the
Yeah.
half.
The half, you'd have to hustle.
And the
Half
problem is
pretty-
like the temperature plays such an important role because like it was cold this year.
Yeah.
And like on the day that's like we didn't even do all the finish line pictures. We did like 2 and I did it and then we're like, peace out because we were all like shivering.
Yeah.
The half was better, but
I
Yeah.
planned it. I
Right.
even had a bag with clothes to change. So watch the finish. And then I
Well-
changed into the clothes. And then I was like, my shower going to be so.
I thought the half was a little bit cold at the end, and
It was.
they handed out wet towels, and I
Yeah.
did not need a
yeah,
wet
they
towel
handed out the
when I
cooling
finished that.
towels.
The
I
cooling
was
towels
shocked
instead
there
of
was
the
no
Mylar.
Mylars.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
was-
said that to John. Like this, I didn't even take one of the cooling towels because I'm
No, I
like,
didn't either.
I don't want.
I was cold to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't
maybe I
know,
could
they
have
must-
wiped my face with it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they make the decision the morning of
Yeah.
based on whatever the temperature is at the finish, but it's like the temperature for which finisher. Is it the
Yes.
first one, the last one, or the middle one?
Yeah. It's very different.
Because they might have different answers.
Totally.
I think on this one they did have different answers. Like for the last finishers, it was much warmer than it was for the early.
Yeah.
Well, because there was no sun this year, right? Like usually
Oh.
the sun comes up.
For us,
And-
but it came out.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah,
Later.
exactly.
It came out
came
later, and it was actually like once the sun came out, like the temperature felt like it went up really.
It did get
fast.
warmer that
It
day. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
warm in the day. Yeah, was nice.
Yeah. Took a while for it to come up, but I was shivering spectating.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were standing
I
there
bet
in the
you were.
parking lot.
And you have a late finish.
And I had clothes that I changed.
You changed completely. Like, did you get your running clothes off so you weren't in sweaty running clothes, or you had that plus warm stuff over it?
Yeah, just stuff
Yeah.
over it.
That's still like you still get cold because you're wearing the wet.
It's still cold because you're wearing wet clothes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And your core body temperature just plummets, as you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
the
like
second
20
your heart
minutes.
rate comes down,
Mhm.
you just freeze.
But those are great places to spectate. That Epcot parking lot with people coming down
Mhm.
over the offer is fantastic, and the finishing shoot's great too. If you can find a spot that you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you come down off that overpass, though, I mean, you're close to the end, but that little boost by people yelling at you is like, okay, I
Well,
got the
and
mile and a half
It's
left.
kind of funny though. Come on, you've got the people over here that you're and you're looking. You're like, I can see the finish line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up there.
It's
It's
right over there.
Can I just like go left? No.
And
you have
I'm
to go
always
right.
like, how much of Epcot are we doing now? We got to be just about done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're like right at
Yeah,
mile
not-
12.
not much.
You're at mile 12 when you come through there,
Yeah.
like
you're
right
mile
past the
12.
bus loop. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not much, but it's a lot of turns.
Yes.
It is a lot of turns in the park. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the problem. It is not a straight line, man. It's asking your legs to do things that they haven't done for 8 miles. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if my quads can do that right now.
But it's worth it
Yeah.
because you go down and there's all the spectators cheering and your name hopefully gets
Yeah.
announced and that
Yep.
announced my name. I was very excited.
Yep. No, that
Actually-
finishing shoot is fantastic. And it was great to see the entire weekend of having the ode to Jeff there with the chair and
Yeah. through the
everybody
line.
was
Nice.
leaving things for the half marathon. I only noticed that as a spectator. I didn't notice that as a runner, but there were tons of things being left on his
Oh,
chair.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
at
really?
both races,
Yeah.
leaving things.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures afterwards, right? There was like a ton of stuff on the chair. And
I
stuff.
honestly don't know how Krista held herself together.
I don't know
for
either. I did
3
not know.
days of having to talk about it.
And watch that tribute of your dad in front of all those people. I don't know.
Yeah.
how.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a pro, and quite frankly, it's the kind of thing that he would want, right, for it to go
Mhm.
on and for everybody to race. And I mean, what a life well lived. I mean, Jeff Galloway, the influence he had on the running community is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
but it-
stayed for the end. Did you hear what they did? The Pacers,
No.
like all the Pacers waited till the end, and then they all got together and they crossed the finish line together, like in a line, like the Galloway
Yeah.
Pacers.
Oh,
First,
that's nice.
each pace group that came through put their pace flag at the
Yeah.
chair, and then they all gathered at the end, and they were the last ones to come through with Clarissa.
Yeah.
They all crossed the line
Yeah,
together.
like in a big line.
Yeah, I saw Carissa and her husband and son did that. I didn't realize all the Pacers went with
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah. I'm
That's really nice.
I'm now
Awesome.
Facebook
That is
Pacer that I did the marathon with, so she posted a lot about it because she's done Pacer.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
All
was cool.
right.
It was cool.
So, any last words about the race? You gonna do it again next year? I mean, I know the
Of
answer.
course.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
So the big question is, we sign up for marathon weekend in what?
A
Yeah.
week.
I do it in 2.
Some
1
of us,
week.
yeah.
Is it 1 week for Club Run Disney and 2 weeks for general?
Yes.
So what are you signing up for?
That's a good question.
Dopey.
Yeah.
I'm
Dopey.
doing the
Y'all are-
dopey. Yeah.
What about you, Tony? You and me are usually the non.
I know. Well, now that New York didn't come
You're
through,
gonna do dopey?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I'm not.
It's just
Think
sleep
more.
deprivation is all it is. It's just
Every
the
time
sleep.
Yeah,
is the
think
only.
less, do more. I mean,
Every time, well, first of all, a marathon is a lot for me, and every time I do the challenge, the 5,
It
10
is.
and a half, at the end of the half, I'm like, no way, I want to do a marathon tomorrow. No way, 0.
I totally crossed the princess line. I'm like, thank God. there's
Yeah,
no
it's
marathon
craziness.
tomorrow.
I think to answer your
Oh,
question,
that's what I-
Tony, I think I'm gonna sign up for 10K and a half.
You should do the
10.5.
goofy.
No, I don't want to run any marathons.
Oh, you're done with
I'm done with
marathons?
marathons. They're too far. They're too far for me.
Well, if you're gonna do the 10K and a half, do the 5K too.
Maybe I'll do the 5.
Hey, that one's even time.
Ooh. Well, well, no, we won't. We
Only
won't
if
know
you're
yet.
doing goofy
Yeah, if you're doing dopey, it's
Well,
time.
because I want to know about the
Yeah.
how the new starts going to be starting next season, like for the 9K to see how that works. Maybe that'll make
Yeah, I'm really curious how that works.
me like 5K. Probably not. I'm thinking no, but
It might be amazing. It might not be.
I like 10Ks and halves. 5K too short. Marathon too far.
You see,
I'm like
I like the
Goldilocks.
5Ks, the halves, and the fulls. The 10K is like a weird
I
distance.
love-
It wants to be long, but it's not long,
Why,
and it
it's
wants to be short,
perfect.
but it's not short.
Best.
I like all of them, but I don't like the marathon. I really don't like.
I hate the
I
marathon
don't.
distance. I like the
But-
marathon courses, but I hate the distance. It's too far.
But the dopey is just too. It's like to
Iconic.
tell people you did a dopey. It's
I
fun
don't
because people are
impress
like, you
anybody else.
what? You what? You don't have to impress anybody, but it's just a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah, I think this will be dopey 7 or 8 for me. So I'm like, I can't not do it.
Yeah.
It'll be dopey 6 for me because I missed one COVID. I didn't do the.
Yeah, I took him up on
Did
the offer during
the one-
COVID
Is
to
that virtual?
do
Yeah.
the virtual
Yeah.
one instead.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. Well, you do the virtual one. I mean, the virtual one is like run anytime you want. Run,
Yeah.
40, whatever it is, 48.3 miles.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
you've
may have
never
double
been-
dipped with another marathon, but who's
Yeah.
counting?
What, Tony?
Sharon, you've never done
Nope.
dopey?
Hashtag never dopey. That's
Okay.
me.
Which surprised me. When I heard
2027.
that, yeah, it's your year. It's a special year.
Yep.
It matches your age, remember?
All right. So who's going to be at springtime?
Me.
Me.
No Tony. The rest of us will be
Rest of us-
there.
And Nancy won't be there.
You
We'll
guys
be
will
in
be in Boston. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Cool. What day is Boston
Sorry.
the same day? It's the Monday. The Monday
Day
after.
after.
Okay, yeah. Theoretically,
I fly.
we could all get on the plane Sunday after the 10 miler and go watch them in Boston.
And go spectate
Yeah.
in Boston. We could.
That's maybe I should. I'm going to Boston. I'm going to Boston on Monday. for
Are you?
work. So I was like, what day is? Yeah. So maybe I should move
Move
my
your flight
flight to Sunday.
That would be
Yeah.
Probably
you
can't find a
go.
hotel. I probably can't find a hotel, but
I even have a
I'll-
pink megaphone you guys can borrow.
See, Nancy and I need
I have
you, Greg.
I still
We
have
need-
Tony's light up crunchy, and I have a cowbell.
See,
wow. Okay.
Why?
So it's Monday.
Or-
Okay. I will
Yeah.
if I can find a hotel, I will be
Yeah,
there.
that's the hard part.
I mean, Boston's a big place. You probably can't find a hotel anywhere near the race course, but you can probably find one somewhere in the greater Boston area, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I'm going for
Maybe.
work, so maybe I could find something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
what price
Yeah.
freedom?
All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
On that note, I thought it was a great
Yeah.
race.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to springtime. Springtime, I think, is my last foot race before the triathlon season really gets into to high gear. This is the last weekend. Springtime is what, the last
No,
weekend
it's
in April?
middle. It's like 16, 17.
The middle.
Yeah.
So I think that's 3 or 4 weeks before Ironman Jacksonville.
It's also the last race before my big Ironman season of my 300 yards and 5K and 9
Nice.
mile, like my serious
That's
full-on
awesome.
season.
The one at Philly.
Yeah, the
Tri?
one that you're the sponsor for, that one.
The one that I am the sponsor for and the official coaching partner for.
And the one also
Philadelphia
running.
Try.
And so, right, you're also in it.
I am registered for it, but remains to be seen if I'm actually able to do it. Given my, we will now have a tent at the Philly Women's Try, and we'll be doing presentations on stage. So I'm not actually sure that I'm going to be able to.
Makes me feel better because I
But
feel like
That's a
you are
triathlon, though, right?
you are an unfair competitor in the beginner triathlon series. As someone in your age group who just learned to swim.
Well, so your adventure begins. We get to now follow another triathlete.
Another triathlete.
And she signed up for
Yeah.
2. She signed up for
I know.
2.
I know.
It's a
I'm gonna
slippery
be.
slope. I'm telling you, it's like running. 5K is a gateway drug.
Yeah.
Sprints are a gateway
Yeah.
drug. It's the same
I
deal.
could see myself getting up to a half iron, not a full. No,
Pretty soon she's gonna be signing up for Ultraman.
no way.
100%.
Ultraman? Ooh.
No way. Maybe a half. Maybe.
What's the one you're doing in Reston?
It's
Isn't
an
it a
Olympic.
half?
Yeah.
Which is
It's like I don't know how far swim, like a 20-mile bike maybe, and a half, a 10K at the end, 10K run.
a 10K.
The run is a
Okay.
10K and the bike is equivalent to a 10K, is equivalent to
Okay.
An Olympic swim is usually 1,000.
1,000 meters. I did that this
Okay.
morning. That's no big deal. Got that.
Exactly. You can do it. You
Yeah.
can do it.
Mhm.
And is that bigger than the Philly?
Yeah.
When you're doing, or is
I
Philly
think
bigger?
that Jill's going to have an episode in the future called My Interview with the Babiest Triathlete You're Ever Going to Talk to after her first triathlon. For all her Ironman listeners. Be like, I did my 300 yard swim.
Yeah. Baby
Talking
triathlete.
to the baby triathlete.
Yes. The podcast will be transitioning back to triathlons after.
Look forward
this
to an
episode.
episode about the baby triathlete.
The baby triathlete. All right. On that note, thank you everyone for listening. If you liked this episode, please subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to, or go to fierce.li/podcast, where you can view and listen to every episode so far. And I truly appreciate your subscribing. We are about to hit 500,000 downloads, which
Wow.
for a 9-month-old podcast, I think is 10-month-old podcast, I think is absolutely amazing. So please continue to listen and let me know what you're interested in. All right. On that, be fierce, be you, and we'll see you next time.